Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video we will be installing Mysql server to our Ubuntu VPS and we will enable remote access to our Mysql server. First we need to update and upgrade our Ubuntu OS. Then we will be installing latest Mysql server. Type yes, then enter. So our installation is successful. Then we will run Mysql secure installation script. This script will remove some insecure default settings and lock down access to your database system. Let's run it. It will be asking to install validate password component. Type yes to install it. What it does is add password validation to your MySQL credentials. So there are 3 levels of password validation policy: low, medium and strong. So we will be generating password manually. So in here we will be choosing low. So press 0 for low password validation policy. We will type our new root password. Type Y, then enter. You will face this error if you have latest Ubuntu 22. So what it is saying that for root user in localhost you do not need any kind of password. To fix this error and continue the installation script, we need to add some password to your root user in your localhost. So we will close the session and start a new session. Reconnect to your VPS server. So now we need to log in to our MySQL server with MySQL client. Type mysql-u. We will be login as root user. We do not need to type any password. Just press enter. As you can see here, we are logged in to our MySQL server. Let's change the root user and add some password in it. Type alter user, then root @localhost, identify with MySQL native password. Then you need to type here in your password. So I will be assign some password to our root user. Now exit. Now if we try to log in to our MySQL server with root user from localhost without password, you cannot log in to your MySQL server. As you can see here, access denied. Type our root password, then you can log in into it. Okay. So we are actually successfully assigned password to your root user. Now we will continue our MySQL secure installation script. Run it. Then it will ask for your user root password which we set up previously. It is saying validation password is already installed. Do you want to change the root password? Choose option no. Type in, then enter. So it will skip your password allocation to your root user. So it is asking for removing some anonymous user. So we will be type yes. Disallow root login remotely. Yes. So type Y, then enter. Remove the test database and access to it. Type Y, then enter. Reload privileges table now. Yes, we want to reload it. Okay, all done. Now we need to enable remote access to our MySQL server. To enable remote access, we need to go to MySQL folder, then mysql-conf.d, and we need to edit mysqld.cnf file. In here, we need to modify the bind address. Change it to 0.0.0.0, which means we are enabling our MySQL server to the internet. So it can be accessible both from localhost and via internet with any IP. Ctrl O to write it down. Then enter and Ctrl X to exit it. Then we need to restart our MySQL server. We can use systemctl command to do that. Then check the status. So it is successfully running. Then we need to download dviewer community edition, which is a free database client. We can connect any database from this client. So we need to download the Windows version in here for this tutorial purposes. I have already downloaded and installed it. Open it. Then click on this new database connection. Choose MySQL. Next, we will be using our database IP in here. So type our IP. To find your VPS IP, type ifconfig. Copy this IP, paste it in here. The port will be 3306, which is the default port of MySQL server. The username will be root and password will be the password we have set it. Let's try to connect it. As you can see here, we are not able to connect to our VPS server. Let's check if the MySQL server default port is open or not by Ubuntu firewall. Type sudo ufw sta status, then numbered. As you can see here, port 3306 is not opened. Let's open it. So now we are opening 3306 and we are allowing request from all the IPs. You can also specify some IPs in here so that the database is only connected to that specific IP, but in here we want to access it from any IP, so we will only allow it from any location. Now rule is added. Let's check it. Let's reload the firewall. Let's try to connect it. So it was saying connection timeout. Let's reconnect it. So we have different message in here. So it's saying host, this is not allowed to connect to this MySQL server because we did not create any user for remote access. So we need to create one. Let's log in to our MySQL server. So let's log in to our MySQL server with root user. So okay. So we need to give the password. Let's create a user for remote access. So we are creating a admin user for remote access, and the percent mean it can be accessible from any IPs. We can specify some IP for more secure connection, but in here we want to connect to our MySQL server from any IPs, and then identify with MySQL native password by password. So we have to put our password in here, then enter. Now we need to add some privileges to this new user. So we are granting all the privileges to all our databases and database table to this new admin user. Specify the DB here and then dot star for all the tables, and if you want to specify the table also, you can do it in here also. Then we need to flush all the privileges to affect the changes. Enter, then exit. Let's try to reconnect it. So we need to add the new user to our database connection. Let's edit it, and instead of root we will use admin, and the admin password we just set up. Now we are successfully connected to our database server. In this user you can see we have our admin, remote access user, and also the root user which is only accessible from localhost. In this database we can also create new database. So let's create a database. So in here we can also create tables and do the rest of the things. We can also undo the password requirement for our localhost root user and only enable terminal access to our root user. For that, just log into your MySQL server. So with this command we can log into our MySQL server from localhost with root user only via terminal. So we cannot use root user from any remote location. Let's exit and let's try to log into our MySQL server with root user. Press enter. It did not show any kind of warning, and we can log into our MySQL server like previously without any password. So in this video we just set up MySQL server latest version 8. Then we enable a remote access from any location. So with dviewer we are connecting to our MySQL server with a remote user which is called admin, and give all permission to our admin user for all kind of database operation. And we are also enable port 3306 which is the default port of MySQL into our Ubuntu firewall. Thank you for watching. Please like this video if you like this, and do subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.